Saturday. What up, people? Sabo Olamide, and I have my co-host with me, Zion.
Hello guys, I'm back.
So we are here today to talk about the weekend previews on the reviews of the last week games and everything that went on last week. So how was the weekend? So how was everything this week?
As a Man U fan, I'm not gonna be happy to say my weekend was great.
Yeah,
It was bad because of what happened against Liverpool.
yeah,
But I did watch other matches,
yeah,
but the one against Man U was not even impressive. So
yeah,
I wouldn't say it was the best weekend for me as a Man U fan so
yeah,
far.
yeah.
Yeah.
My weekend was nice. I had a cool weekend, so going to church, family, and everybody. So it was nice. But let's start covering the games of the week. So
Okay.
Manchester United being
You want to
at
start
home.
from there?
Yeah, I have to start with the big game of the
Okay.
weekend. So United facing Liverpool from Old Trafford,
Mm.
Theatre of Dreams, losing 3-0 to nil.
It's not nice to hear the scoreline.
So how did you? What's your summary about that game? What went wrong?
Oof.
What's the problem?
What went wrong? After the midfield was open, it was
Yeah,
for Man U. That's what went wrong.
yeah,
For Man U. The first 5 minutes of the game, I think we started well. We had control of the game.
yeah,
But after that, I think it changed. And Liverpool, I feel like they came prepared,
yeah,
like high energy. They were clinical with their chances, let's be honest. And I think I saw the stats. Obviously, I'm not going to judge it based on stats, but it's the
yeah,
performance that matter.
yeah,
I think high pressing, Liverpool were pressing very high. They were recovering the ball very high.
yeah,
And like, you can see the teamwork between them. They work as a team.
yeah.
For Man U, I feel like obviously we know the first goal was a costly mistake by Casemiro.
The first, second, third were all mistakes.
I know they were all mistakes, but I'm just gonna say first the midfield was open,
Yeah,
and that's where if you notice, all three goals have one thing in common. They were either the mistake was done in one place
they
and it
lost
was
the
on the
ball and they were
midfield.
able to break through.
Exactly, and like I said, Liverpool were pressing high, the recovery stage, and I have to. I know he didn't score a goal, but I think the midfielder of that was Gravenberg. I
Yeah.
think it was more important
It was
in that
it was-
midfield was able to like take the ball and go move inside. So like, yeah, the first goal from Casemiro, we the
First
first
error.
error, sorry, the first error from Casemiro, that mistake, I felt, I don't know, I think towards the ending of last season, I think as a Man U fan, I watch every game and looking at that, Casemiro keep making that same mistake. Obviously I expected him to learn, but you can see that place where you are trying to pass the ball, there's no space. I expected him that. Obviously, it was at the left angle. I think he passed the ball to Salah. Or I can't even
Yeah,
remember.
the intention was to
Casemiro
pass it to the left wing
to Rashford, I know because we're trying to counter, but I feel like Casemiro does. Obviously, sometimes it works, but I think that against Liverpool, I think it just wasn't working because sometimes he gets the ball, he doesn't look and just want to shoot it. So I feel like that cost us, that gave us away. And I know some people will be like, but why wasn't the defenders like because when they scored the goal for it was the same way we considered against Brighton.
Yeah,
The left back position was open.
yeah.
I don't blame that place for being open because when Casemiro had the ball,
were
every
attacking.
Man U fan, everybody was trying to attack.
Yeah.
So that was the plan. And if you're losing the ball, not even the midfield, like almost at the back of your pole, you can't blame the right back or the full backs for not being there.
Yeah,
So yeah, that one and the second goal, the same thing Casemiro keeps doing is holding the ball for too long. I feel like this is Premier League. Everything is fast and quick. Holding the ball, you can't be holding the ball and be looking. Anybody can come. So that second, Casemiro has been doing this since last season, holding the ball for too long, like not deciding when to release the ball, and that costed us. And Kobe Mino, obviously, I blame him a little bit, and I don't blame him for the third goal because the way I look at it, I think out of everybody, and when he wants to hold the ball, like he wants to do something, but he was just unlucky with losing the ball at that point.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, first of all, like I said, the midfield of Man U is too open.
Yeah.
I know, like it's too, like you could see how Liverpool were just gliding through it. Is too open. That midfield is not comfortable, and some people will be like, why can't the defense not do it? You see, when the midfield is too open, how do you want the defense to cope? It doesn't look at Liverpool. Their midfield is so well organized that even our wingers cannot even attack through their defenders.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it, both and I wasn't a good. Like Liverpool came prepared, they came ready, and they won the game. It could have more than 3-0. Let's be honest. Look at Szoboszlai had one opportunity that I think was just trying to be cocky or something like that.
So
To be honest, I don't
Yeah,
like.
I've heard your perspective about the game because me watching the game as a neutral, as I was going into the game because my prediction was like 2-2, like it was going to be an even match. I was thinking, okay, expecting
I was
because
expecting something.
United lost to Brighton, they were going to wake up
Win
in this game.
exactly because I
So
remember. Sorry to cut you
yeah,
short. Our the Ten Hag first season with Man U, our first 2 games we lost, and the first win he ever had
was
was
Liverpool.
against Liverpool.
Yeah,
So I was expecting that kind of energy,
yeah,
but no, I didn't get that.
yeah. Because when I saw the game, when I started watching the game, I think in as much as United, we all know like in the past, this is not even the first time. So the last, let me say 5 seasons, man, you have not had that midfield that has been dictating the game. When we mean dictating game, like the
Hmm.
way
True,
you see City dictate the game with the
true.
tempo, like the way Rodri
And
kept on the
all
ball.
and one thing I'd say, all the 3 or 4 big teams, they have one thing in common: composed
Com-
midfield. Like
You understand? So
the way they control
when you
balance.
don't have those kind of
I don't
midfielders,
want to compete against them.
if you can't have those kind of people to control the game, that means you will not start having to chase the game, trying to make sure you get the scraps that they lose and try to work with it. And it can't. Most of the time, it works because United has always been this counter-attack team. You
Exactly.
understand? But
Against
when you don't
small
have players that can pass the ball
That can pass the
perfectly, that
ball.
can do things with the ball when they hold the ball, if you look, okay, we can all blame Casemiro that okay, he lost the
Obviously,
ball.
the team were not good. But if we have to blame individual mistake, that's when I
Yeah,
blame
okay. Look,
Casemiro.
you see
But the
now,
team were not even
if
composed.
they were not, the team is not even decomposed. One
Mhm.
and two, Casemiro when he because Casemiro is 32 years old.
Yeah,
We can,
doesn't
you
have the
know, we
legs
don't hide
anymore.
them again.
It's
The
not
guy
mobile.
don't dey lose legs already.
Fact.
So the thing now say you have 3 midfielders there. Bruno, which was very poor
And
that
I
day,
think what I
and
noticed,
nobody is saying
nobody
anything
was.
about that.
I know
Bruno, see,
Bruno was appalling.
Bruno
I don't
have to
like.
step up.
I know.
And
I feel like
he,
if you look at the weight, Bruno was too far ahead. I know the way Ten Hag 4-2-4, like Bruno and Mount, like their
yeah,
first game, they were pressing. I feel like that tactic is still in Bruno. That's why I felt like Bruno was trying to be at the striker position. I don't blame him because if you look at the formation we used against Fulham was 4-2-4. Bruno was up ahead. So I feel like he has been maybe that's still in the same static. That's why he's so ahead. Bruno was not in the midfield, and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
that's why the midfield was
But
not
one thing
balanced.
you have to understand, one of the problems in Manchester United that is to me is the most is the problem that holds the most weight. Now you get weight pass. Like when you have a team, okay, look at Man City. They have a lot of creators. You have Foden, you have Savio now, we just come. You have Doku, you have De Bruyne. You even have Rodri can create for you. You have a lot of players that can create. Okay, look at Arsenal. You have Saka, you have
Odegaard,
Trossard, you
Rice.
have Odegaard. Sometimes they can ask even help.
Yeah.
Even look at who again? Who like Liverpool? You have Salah, you have Trent, you
Even
have
Tottenham self would have,
everybody. But mind you, they keep relying on Bruno to have good performance to create. If you no pass now because say Bruno no play well, Bruno be day 9. Brother, you have to change from that.
No,
I
no.
watched the game against Liverpool.
Well, let me explain something.
No,
Okay,
see,
go
I
on.
watched the game against Liverpool. The thing I say, when Casemiro loses the ball,
Mm.
they are in the middle of the field. That first pass was almost close to the middle of the field. They had to break through. And Casemiro is slow. He can't cover. Mino, you are young. To me, there's one thing that is lacking from Mino. Mino is very good on the ball. Press resistant, he can do everything. But sometimes you just have to, as a young guy, you are 18, I mean 19, you should be able to run, recover pace. He
Sorry.
lost the ball there, you were on the floor.
Or like you
What's
are right
going on?
about something. Another thing I noticed about Man U is that is different from all the top 3 teams is that Man U they don't recover as a team.
Uh-huh.
Look at Arsenal, Liverpool. This team they have one thing in common.
can rise
It's
and
very
lose
Man
ball.
City. All of them, everyone loses the ball.
Uh-huh.
That's why I say I don't really blame Casemiro that much. Individually, I will blame the ball. Why can't they recover as a team?
Why can't
Man
they
City.
recover as a
Look
team?
at Man City when they lose the ball. Look at the press is so quick.
So quick.
But that another time now, Man U they don't recover so far if they lose the
Everything
ball.
is on
So
Casemiro's head. He's 32 years old.
he doesn't have the leg
He
anymore.
doesn't,
Not
apart
mobile.
from even the legs, when he even did in Madrid, his job was to do the dirty job for Cruz and Modric. You understand? Do the dirty job for
And
Modric.
now in the Premier League, that is fast
And now
paced.
when he come Premier League, where he fast pace and he's not aging a little bit as at 32, you need players that can hold the ball and pass and not lose it too much. Because Casemiro has never been that guy where we say could dictate tempo of game, could pass. He has those people that were passing for him. But now when them are the Bruno is not even passing well. You go to outside of the foot, you go to lose out. And I think Bruno has to simplify his game. You know they play with Ronaldo and they play with Ronaldo and Messi. They play with Anthony and Rashford. Sometimes you have to give them balls in where they figure out.
No, Ola, Bruno does that, but like I said, the reason why I said Bruno was not behind. Like I said, if
so
you
Bruno
watch
don't
our
get
first
any
game,
fault for this game.
no, he has fault. He didn't play well. But my point is that you mentioned in the first instance, you said Bruno was up ahead, and I said if you look at our first game, the formation was 4-4. Bruno and Mount were our striker because we have a sole striker. Yeah. So I feel like we used that in the first game against Fulham, second game against Buda, third game is still in this team because he didn't expect that Casemiro will make those mistakes. Okay. So he just had to be forward and supply those passes when he gets it.
Okay, but how many of the passes Bruno supplied in that whole game?
Yeah, Bruno had a poor game, I won't lie.
That's the thing. When you are seeing, because Bruno needs the ball to function. He not be midfielder ways a bit mark or do something. So he needs the ball to function. Yeah. So if you come to the circumstance, say where you know they hold the ball, you know if you come back, okay, let me chat.
Bruno is able to walk in that midfield, so he wasn't there. He was too far ahead. That's why I feel like he had a very poor
when
game.
you see say on my ball, no, they reach me.
Exactly.
When they come, they pass them, they make mistake, they score us. You drop back, you take the ball now. You because you sabi Bruno in as much as they miss ball, you know me say Bruno don't give easy pass.
Exactly.
You drop back, you hold the ball, try coordinate the team.
Exactly.
But you were just ahead. We're going to say because in there you know go come back and Casemiro record. Even Mino too. They need to fight 40 Mino too because you are young one and two. We all they praise you say you holding this ball. But my brother Mino, Casemiro cannot be the person doing all the dirty job in the midfield.
You see, that's
what
why
I feel like.
That's why I feel like bringing Ugarte. Obviously, I'm not saying Ugarte just going to enter Man U and just bench Casemiro. Obviously, if he performs well, he can do that. But I feel like that's the reason why we need. That's why bringing Ugarte to this team was really essential. Yeah. Because last season, those were very open and where we're conceding goals most of last season, it was from that place that Casemiro he doesn't have the legs to recover to make those tackles. Yeah. And this Ugarte, obviously, I'm not going to compare League One with Premier League, where he had the most tackles. Yeah. All his job was just to stop tackles, stop play from coming inside, like disrupt play. That was what Ugarte was very good at. So and like we all said, Casemiro does not have the leg. He may not be as fast as for. That's what I think Ugarte. That's where Man U, that midfield. You see, we're not like Man U. We're not like Arsenal. We're not like Liverpool. We just need a number 6 that will stay. Obviously, I'm not going to compare Ugarte with Rodri. Rodri is a very different player indeed. Yeah. But we just need that number 6 to be stopping all those plays that leaves Man U midfield open. Because if you look at Manchester United, because we'll soon leave this topic because we'll spend the whole day if we want to analyze that. I know. The thing I say, if you look at the gap with Manchester United, there's a very big gap between Onana, the defense, the midfield and the attack. It's too open. Very big gap in those places. And you don't have the players that can break those lines. And like look at Gravenberch for Liverpool. This season, these 3 games, is that guy has been rejuvenated on that slot. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The guy now, apart from the fact that he can hold the ball, he can pass, and the best trait about the guy is he can attack those spaces where they're there. And Manchester United don't have the person that can attack those spaces is Mino. But the thing about Mino is, if you attack the spaces, and look at the way Liverpool is pressing, they're not to press much. 2 people will enter Mino. And when they rush Mino like this, and Mino don't feel do anything with the game, he loses the ball. Yeah. There's one thing I've seen it from Mino. He does not drop back. Everybody say he gets that slow recovery pace, but at least you are young. You should be able to move. Not be saying you take Casemiro age. When they say he done the old. You are still young. You should be able to at least run. Even Pedri, the last game that they played against what they call these people? Vallecano, they 1-7-0. If you see one ball, they want to score one. Valladolid, sorry, Valladolid. He tracked back from center midfield, the wrong come collect ball. That's Pedri. He no strong pass Mino. He know I used to pass. We don't know Pedri job, but he see the mark. So I don't know why. Obviously, everybody they put the team for Casemiro, which is I'm not just he deserve him because he made those crucial mistakes. So individually, I'm blaming him, but as a team, the team were faulty. The teamwork wasn't there to work together. That's what I said. The difference between us and Liverpool is that Liverpool they press together, they attack together, they defend together. Yeah, no. The cooperation between them was
that's why it's a team. Because I just want to conclude the game, conclude the thing like this. I think Man U fans they need to start putting pressure on Bruno, putting pressure on Rashford, because I don't know.
You see, another thing I want to say is that why Amad Diallo, your player of the month, was benched. That's one thing that's the case.
See,
Look at what he did in the 5 minutes that he came on. Look at he almost created the most chances in the 5 minutes he came on. My point is that why would you bench? Obviously, I understand Rashford. You have to start him, but at
you
the
don't
point,
have to
I
start
feel
any
like
player.
Rashford. If you don't let the player sit on the bench to see how
How
he's
you want to
performing,
learn?
how would they learn? Well, obviously, I know it because he has been. It's not an excuse. Like
The guy is
obviously,
underperforming.
Rashford is a good player, but now he's not really.
No,
the
the
same.
guy is
I
not a
just
good
feel like he
player
has to
to me.
sit on the bench. Okay,
He's not a good player.
I feel like when someone like Anthony now, I feel like if Anthony gets it, honestly, I'm not saying Anthony is performing well there, but because of the way he has been sitting on the bench, I feel like if he gets
a chance,
he wants to take it because he doesn't want to go back into the bench.
That's the
But
thing.
if you don't let Rashford sit on the bench and understand, okay, bro, you're not stepping up. At least when he's on the bench, you'll be like, as soon as I sub in, I want to perform.
Yeah.
So
let's just conclude the game like that. So Arsenal, the Brighton
Arsenal
boys,
Brighton, yeah.
they came to the Emirates
Now
Stadium,
Brighton were really
and Arsenal was trying to get the whole 3 points that day because of we are trying to make sure we don't slip up in this title race, because the race don't start for Arsenal now.
True.
Other clubs are sleeping, but Arsenal know what was at stake last season, and they lose their league because of those 2 points. So now, any match they are playing like a final.
True.
So, but the Brighton club, we all know them. They were able to get a draw, quite controversially with
The red card.
the red card. But
What do you think about it?
how you see the game, the Brighton Arsenal game?
Arsenal,
Brighton,
I think I watched the game. I think the first Arsenal, obviously everybody knows how Arsenal since the last 2 seasons, every game, especially in the Emirates, they were really prepared. They were going in for a Brighton too. With the Brighton I've seen under this new manager, they've been really impressive. And obviously they didn't look down, they didn't underestimate, or they didn't have too much respect for Arsenal that were coming to the Emirates. They played, they were attacking as well. I think the first half Arsenal had a lot of Arsenal chances as well. Both teams had chances, but I felt like that red card really changed the game, which I don't think, from my view, that deserved the red card. Because the way I looked at it, if you watch it again, before the guy, like, the ball needs to be in position and the player trying to play.
The ball has to be started.
Exactly. It has to be, like, it has to stay one place before the player play. But the ball was still moving and the Canaries was just walking. And you know the funniest thing, the ball didn't even meet, I don't know, because of the referee, did not see it from there. The ball didn't even touch Declan Rice. I just feel like the player tried to kick and kick Declan Rice, and just felt that, you see, if you notice, Declan Rice fell on the floor because he felt the contact between the player's leg and his leg. But I still don't understand why that was a red card.
Okay.
Because Pedro did the same thing, but he kicked the ball out. Now, Premier League, I don't understand.
Okay.
But my opinion, that is not a red card. I don't agree with that.
Okay. Like from the angle now that I will come from the Arsenal game, because the Arsenal, they had chances. Even the first game, they were supposed to be in the first half. They were supposed to be winning more, but obviously they didn't take their chances. Okay, well, let's look at this perspective of now most of the fan base are thinking, now that red card that spoiled their game. Now make them draw that much. Okay, Havertz.
I didn't agree with that.
Havertz had a chance. One-on-one, he missed it.
Saka
had that same.
So I don't think that red card spoiled.
Saka had a very nice cross from Havertz too. Then he didn't position well. Then he had to stretch to get the ball, but the ball was in a lighter.
If they didn't have those chances, I would agree that red card.
But if we take on to that red card now, they say obviously from the beginning of this season, all the players were informed that if you delay any play or obstruct any kickoff, you'll get yellow card. Okay. If we look at the yellow card that Declan Rice got the first one, it's a stupid yellow card. The first yellow card, not that one. The first yellow card. He was trying to run with the ball. The defender slid the ball, he touched the ball small. So now he was one Wolves player had maybe say 49% chance, no 51% chance to get the ball. He get 49. But the guy just gets small chance to get the ball.
Okay.
Then you run. The guy can't touch the ball, he can't pack the guy, which is a very silly tackle because you are in their own half. There's no risk. Majority of you are in the back. And Arsenal is not be that thing, not be man you where they go break like that, where you will go the expect say, they go score us. No, but you know how important you are in this match and how experienced you are in this league. You go to make those silly tackles, which most players they make, because that's where experience come in. You have to know when to launch into tackles and when not to launch into tackles. He can't go launch himself into that one and you had a yellow card. Okay, now you know you have that yellow card, my brother. Any small thing you do,
It's a risk.
it's a risk. Because you know how inconsistent this Premier League is. That same thing, 7 different matches in the Premier League. I think against Newcastle, Joelinton kicked the ball away, they didn't blow. Joao Pedro said that same match, ball outside, he play him, they don't give him. I think who again? For several games, I can't even remember. There were like 7 of those kind of issues in Premier League. None of them got a yellow card. You understand? None of them got a yellow card. I think few had a warning, couple of warnings. So you now had that yellow card now. You got to say, okay, you are an important player in this match. You know how Brighton be. You are just leading 1-0. Brighton can turn up. Okay, now that issue happen now. Vetsman did it. Vetsman just want to commit dark art for them. Now football.
Yes, exactly.
He puts the ball there.
As long as it favors his team.
The ball see the roll. You did it now. The ball obviously the instinct of player. If ball just touch you, you just kick and small. Because he puts the ball see the roll. He roll it at the nice way. When he just kick and but the ball not tactic. This guy can't kick. He dressed one to quick play. He kick his leg. Then he fell down. So what they saw is that you kick ball when they pretend say you want.
You're trying to stop the game from being played.
You understand? Yeah. So that's why they gave him that yellow card. But they still get other player yellow card for kicking him. They gave him a yellow card.
Okay, I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't. It was even. They give the guy yellow card.
Yeah.
They give the guy yellow card. They can write yellow card too. So I don't know where his fans they talk saying that one made them draw the match. My brother, you had chances after that same yellow card to win the other game, but you didn't do it. So I don't know why. Now them they like to complain for ref. This ref team don't rob majority of Premier League teams. I can remember Liverpool Tottenham last season.
I can never forget that one as well. Oh my God.
Loizia scoreboard, they said outside. They didn't even check it. They didn't even draw the line. They cancelled the goal.
I remember that one as well.
So I just think the referees, they just have to be consistent with their decisions and maybe just make sure say these big games because these 2 points where don't cost where you cost Arsenal and I make them not win league last year.
Exactly.
So you have to just
Every
be careful.
and
these referees they need to get penalties if you blow a game and you commit a blunder like this. My brother, the guy they fine you. Because if they don't find like 20k like 3 times, you go wise. So that's just the thing. Yeah. So let's move on to Chelsea now. Their match with Crystal Palace.
Okay.
They had a 1-1 draw after the 6-2 galore where they give Wolves. So they were able to give
Jackson.
They were able to give Wolves those 6-2. But
we
know Chelsea.
Because it was not inconsistent.
Their middle name now inconsistency. So what do you say about the game?
I watched the match. I think first half Chelsea were really in, but I think both teams really were really trying to get into each other. Chelsea were able to create the most chances, and they got the early goal. And I feel like they still had most chances, and Crystal Palace in the second half too. Tried to they got a goal to make it 1-1. A beautiful goal from Eze, very Eze, and I feel like Chelsea had a lot of chances, especially the Jackson one-on-one that everyone keeps saying, but that was a good save from the Netherlands, their goalkeeper. I think he really made, actually, not just that one, he made a lot of saves.
The guy saved a lot.
So I feel everyone wanted Jackson, like Jackson's supposed to finish that as a one-on-one, but he got his goal, so I don't think it will really enter. But Chelsea fans are not going to argue. Like I spoke with a Chelsea fan the other day, was like, it was like Jackson scored. He said so. He said, but look at that one-on-one that could have won us the game. But he said he scored, but he said that the goal that he scored was not just an easy tap-in, that anyone can do that. Yeah. Even he could do that. But yeah, I felt like they had more chances in the second half.
Yeah.
And Jackson was not able to kill the 1-1. And there was one, I think the side netting that Jackson had, like Felix was with him. Like they were both standing there, that Felix was making the run. Felix expected him to win. But I feel like because he's the main striker, obviously he's a striker, he has to be finishing goals. But there are sometimes like if you feel like I'm not in a good position to score from this angle, let me make the pass. But I feel like his instinct now is like I'm the main striker of Chelsea, I need to score, which is true. As a Chelsea fan, you want your striker to be scoring every goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it was a good point, and I think Crystal Palace they really needed it because I don't think they've won any of their games. So that point, getting that point towards the end of international break was really important for them.
Yeah, it's a booster.
And so that's what I say.
Yeah,
but Chelsea could have won the game though. That's what I thought.
Yeah, a good game. That game a good game because if you see from the last result where they win 6-2, so all their fans now don't they celebrate the true party. They carry girls, they enter everywhere, they celebrate 6-2 win. No, but the thing now say the Chelsea's problem is can they be consistent? This has been happening since last season. I remember when they win Everton 6-0. Should I say that next week they go lose or be draw? So they are not consistent with their results and all these their games. But I think Madueke performing that last 2 weeks cost themselves this week. That last week.
Really?
Because in his head, whether he head come the swear because of the praise when
reaction.
he gets. I think
And they wanna step up.
Palmer was thinking, we don't build some kind of little connection. He go pass to Palmer. Sorry, Palmer go pass to him. He don't go want drop back. And he was taking some shots and some things where he does not need it. He not even really take him. Pass sometimes. And person still give you the ball. So he was just trying to be shooting and wasting chances. And my brother, give the ball when you're not in a good position to score. But he just come the waste time and the thing not for yours to make sense. And Palmer was like, everybody's going to look like, what's going on here? It don't really make sense. So, but I just say that for and Enzo, I cannot speak much of that guy anymore because that guy, I don't
really watch the format.
Everybody thought that guy is a good player. To me, it's not a good midfielder. When you don't put midfielder from every position for midfield and he never perform, we cannot deceive. We cannot deceive ourselves and say in a 6. I cannot fit defend to save your life.
Nah.
He not be 8. He can't progress with the ball and they give passes. It's not like a Valverde or somebody can run with the ball. He can't.
10?
He can't create.
Are you sure?
Where he creates goal. Where he creates for that match. What he do? Nothing where he do. And they are forcing him to play that 10 and he can't play it.
I thought Palmer plays 10.
So what thing the coach got to do now? Enzo should never
With the captain.
see
him.
Him. The problem I say Latvia is the person I blame. I'm not even just about blame. That's the thing.
Yeah, not big.
Because as it's not performing like this, the coach supposed to take that decision and say, okay, you go bench. Latvia and Casedo play because Casedo is not that bad. If they pass Casedo, they don't score them.
True.
Because it does not have a assistant for that bad. And the team be that, and it's just strange where you get 3 midfielders kind of picture like the same thing of Mayu. When you have Casemiro there, where you suppose things say now you want to do dirty job, but everything cannot be Casemiro. They need assistance for that back. They need assistance most for that midfield. And mostly when you are playing this possessive football and attacking football, the way Maresca they play, you go know say all of them go to attack. So they have to have defenders and midfielders who can recover those balls. And when they don't feel recover, no problem. So I just think Chelsea fans they should be patient with them, their club. When then they hope say all these their players they could begin click because my brother, as I see that Chelsea squad, they just have a bunch of players there, but they're not doing anything in that club.
I think after when they play more games, we know what's their starting 11.
Maybe they go no. So across other leagues, apart from Premier League, we have Barcelona winning 7-0 in Camp Nou.
No.
Their 4th game of the season and their 4th win under Hansi Flick, the attacking man.
Right.
The man with no they laugh at all.
Just 4 games, he has given I can see the identity in the game in their games.
And with people they cry for Ten Hag. 3 seasons in the club. We have not seen any positive way you take the ball.
I just think about it. I saw a post the other day on Twitter. 3 seasons, no identity, and it's not 3 games as an identity.
And so that's the thing. So what did you see on the Barca game? The Barca's
game. I didn't watch the full match, but I watched a bit, and what I say is like, I think they know what they play. They're really playing into as a Flick style, and I feel like the man of the match in that game, I have to give it to Rafinha. He scored that trick and an assist. I feel like him in that number 10, I feel like he's bringing. We didn't see that type of. Obviously, he did perform under Xavi last season, but I feel like as a Flick putting him in that number 10, I feel like he has bring him more out of his shell. Because I think when he was at Leeds, if I'm 100% sure, he did play in that number 10 a few times, and I think he was performing well, scoring goals for Leeds. So I think him, number 10, and Yamal. I feel that guy just keeps surprising me because one of the goals they assist that guy. The one exactly. I was like,
that one.
Nah.
You have to just be a good player that can see things ahead.
I'm telling you. So I think they were composed. They were in control of the ball. They were pressing.
Yeah.
So they really, I wasn't surprised, but the scoreline surprised me. I think at one point you can tell you Valladolid, they were even like they gave up already,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
like the 3 or 4 nil. But what I liked about Barca is like even though they gave the ball away, they were still trying to recover it so fast, and even though they were leading with a big scoreline. So that's what I'm saying. That one man is like they don't recover as a team. I think that there was one instance Pedri lost, like you said, Pedri lost the ball.
Yeah.
He went back to recover. They were recovering, even though they were winning with
Yeah. A lot
big
of goals
scoreline.
already.
So, yeah, I think Lama played well, Rafinha played well, even Omo, that their new
Olmo, yeah.
signing. He has scored 2 goals in
2 goals, yeah.
the distance in how many games?
Yeah.
So, that they all played well, like Lewandowski as well. So the team, I'm not surprised by that scoreline. They really played well. And under Hansi Flick, I think he's really doing it. Obviously, I'm not going to judge him on
Yeah.
4 games, but based on what I'm seeing, I can see how they're playing.
And they are the
into
most
his style.
exciting team in Europe at the moment.
So-
From the whole top 5 league, they are impressing people.
Exactly. So they're playing well.
So
into
what
his
I
style.
see, because obviously there are enemies, but I see you will make sure you know what your enemy is doing so that you
Exactly.
see attack them.
You don't want your enemy to succeed over you.
Yeah, obviously, but obviously these first 4 games they are the best at the moment. So
Mm.
and one thing about Barcelona, where this Hansi Flick don't they change now, the way them they play, their approach to the games. No Barca always they known for this tiki-taka,
Tiki-taka,
passing the ball
yeah.
unnecessarily and all these things. You know this man a German man.
Mhm.
The way now direct attack, when you have the
Make
ball,
goal.
you have to pass and offensively run, move the ball with purpose.
And the backer.
And when they know they do all those, when they give me, I
Take,
give
yes,
you,
yes,
take,
exactly,
no, give
take.
my keeper don't ball. Now, once they hold the ball,
Yeah,
straight
straight to the
attack,
goal line.
Rafinha, this one running,
Shoot again,
everybody trying to make something happen. So I think but this football,
yeah. Mm.
bringing it to them, it will work. But I think it will exhaust some of the players.
Exactly.
It will exhaust them because now, Fermin Lopez don't get injury now. It's the
Injury,
latest.
yeah.
Apart from McBurney, that young boy, we don't
Yeah.
forget AC already.
Exactly.
Fermin Lopez don't get.
Mm.
Hopefully, all these are players where they play now with Pedri, Gavi,
Gavi.
at the photo that say, they resume training, they,
Yeah. Finish
then
probably
they get the
October.
fitness. So probably. So in as much as the football is positive, but
Mhm.
they still have to watch their players because they're not fit by any player.
True.
I have to make sure say that they're in their best condition to fit play that as a fake football.
True.
Because Lewandowski had one of his best, if not his best individual
On that as a fleet.
So
That's why
he has
when-
to be fit.
when
or
that's why when I think when the Barca fan told me that you were getting as a flick, I was like, Lewandowski is really gonna, because he did well one time at Bayern, like it's really gonna benefit from him
yeah,
under that
so
kind of manager.
it's just the game for them. So hopefully,
But yeah, they're
I
doing
want to
well.
make them drop, but at least for now, they are doing well. So
Guys have to make sure you get them.
Hold that one. So, but let's go to the other side of Madrid now.
Okay.
Play for Spain, where we say Madrid.
Mm.
We had our first win, not first
Yes.
win, but our first win with happiness and joy. That we had our big man scoring those goals, 2 goals against Real Betis, and having the players play the game. So the way he be now.
Mm.
So I don't know if we watched the game for some time.
Yeah,
so,
I did. Yeah,
but I don't know whether you watched the second half.
Yeah, the first half I didn't really. I did watch the second half. The first half I watched there was.
Yeah.
I think what do I say about the first half? I think both teams were going in for each other. Real
Yeah.
Betis were making chances,
Yeah.
but just that you guys were not taking your chances. Madrid were not taking their chances in the first half. But
Yeah.
there were a lot of time that Mbappe and Vinny were trying to break through Real Betis' defense.
Yeah.
I think that second half, that's when like they really came out that, okay, we need to take these chances.
Yeah.
And it was actually a good gesture from Vinny,
Yeah.
giving Mbappe to score
Yeah.
penalty, even though he has got his goal already.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I wasn't surprised. I knew they were going to win
Yeah.
because it was Bernabeu. I think they want to prove the point after
Yeah.
2 draws.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, for like me now, that game I was. If you don't watch the La Liga football, you know the way Premier League get Aston Villa, get West Ham, all these small clubs wey fit say they get level.
true.
Na so La Liga be every league,
yeah.
Serie A, everywhere. But in Spain,
Just like if you don't watch that, you will know.
that's the thing. When if you don't concentrate on those leagues, how you want to know. But when you get clubs like Real Sociedad, Atletico Bilbao, like you said, Real Betis, problem. Last year we didn't even win them home and away, so we don't win them. So this year I was saying like, come on, this match you have to win it because after the underperforming against Las Palmas, not able to win that game. you are giving back and more points for them to pass us. So as I see that game, the first half was just a normal first half, lackluster. None of these players offensively dictating, because that Toni Kroos, because I did speak to one of my fellow Madrid fans just there. I was telling the guy like, we will feel the impact of Toni Kroos leaving than Mbappe coming, because Toni Kroos leaving the midfield of the game is just like, my brother, you lost a man. Because when I saw during the Euros, Fabregas, they talked to Leo Ferdinand for those Euro interviews. They talk say in the see all the stats of midfielders, 98% pass accuracy, all those things, all those passes.
Yeah, Bruno, De Bruyne said something like that,
one they
similar
see.
to that.
But I've watched a lot of games
to know.
where they see teams not give five complete passes. You are talking of a man that
And
cruise a flop pass from 50 yards to go assist person with the 18-yard box. I'm talking of a player where you can't replace this man.
Sure.
Even if about the way he give a number, that one said they take his hairstyle, it's a completely different midfielder from Cruz. But that balance now, everybody they try to bring that balance of running, attacking, but he burns a lot of energy. Cruz not burn that energy. Because Cruz was able to do all of those things with just the passes.
Yeah.
But that pass now, none of the players will get them. He is the one that owns those passes.
True.
So let me not just waste time for that first half. I might attack the second half. The second half, I think that's a lot to just change the things here more. We have played rubbish this first half. Not rubbish, but average performance. So let's just go second half and kill this game. So the way the team just go now, if you see the last game, Vinny in the always carry that hairstyle. So when I saw our training, I watched all our trainings. Our last training before we come back, in on Baba, as a lot of I say, where's the locks? Because it's time for the serious now. So as he cut that hair back, as he came back, I'm like, the performance was now, you can see if you see all the lights of everything, and Mbappe was just trying to score and all these things. So after the first chance, the first pass from Rodrigo, because in that whole game now, Rodrigo was not in behind for that whole first half. But that chance, because you have to know Rodrigo is one thing we would like for the guy. In as much as people they give him that regard. Say obviously he just did man, but we say every fan know what he play and he give him. As he was driving with that ball, I know that there's something about to happen here with that ball. And when he gave everybody, there's no way on this head. I know say that guy won't give that kind back heel.
That midson, I've never saw it coming.
That back heel, like
I think even Mbappe that scored the goal.
He don't even understand because the back heel.
Like, they didn't even see anybody at the back.
I did see Mbappe was hiding back of Sabali.
And Vinny was offside.
Vinny didn't even
intercept. He didn't intercept because he was offside.
He just leave him. And Mbappe, you know the quality he gets. We don't say we that the quality. We just want me in peak. So the better quick. Big, the better for everybody.
True.
And once him be like ketchup, once him pour, like I remember the can be like ketchup, once he pour, every of the girls begin pour.
Exactly.
So as he scored that goal, it was good one, but the second goal, Vinny, obviously a good pass again from Bryan Diaz. That's one thing we are talking about Bryan Diaz. He just have to settle for second from substitute player. Because he started against La Palmas, played average performance, and because of the performance he put against Real Valladolid, they call it climb on let Bryan start.
The way the guy drives in and holds the ball with that small body he has now, respect.
In they give those Messi vibe.
I can move with the ball.
And it takes those risks. Now risk when you take as a winger, now go feel make your offensive players feel produce. When you are doing all this pass, trying to hold the game, you're wasting time, and your opponents they more coordinated because they not be pass out from one pass. Let's block you. So, but when you're able to take those risks to make that kind of movement, everywhere go to open, fouls will commit, they will destabilize, energies will waste. So now the thing, and as he gave that pass to Vinny, nowhere on earth where that keeper want to catch Vinny. So as Vinny move, and obviously we know how Vinny be of trying to always talk and if things not going away, that Ronaldo aura of say
he needs to calm down sometimes.
He needs to calm down because
all the referee now, I think in La Liga they know that he does that thing. So
he even call the color yellow card pass.
Exactly, just for that thing.
The yellow card is not a tackle. He complained, and now referee they already tell the players already that if you complain too much or you block the ball, they're telling you a yellow card. So that's the thing. So as taking my yellow card, like saying at that time he had one sweat performance. He can't begin kill them the more. So when he got that penalty, I was thinking, now you want to play because he's the penalty taker. But they asked Ancelotti the match before. Ancelotti said that he don't tell Mbappe and Vinny. Two of them have to just be between themselves, make them to choose them. So I like the gesture where Vinny just say Mbappe may take. And when he did that, he can't tell the fans made the ginger. So I really love that when you because people don't know Vinny was among the people that told Mbappe to come to Madrid. all the players we get from Bellingham, all of them, they say, oh, they get message from Vinicius say, come and come join us.
Agent Vinny.
In an agent, so I really like that gesture of giving the ball. But man, let me not just waste time on Madrid alone. I think after these goals and everything, it will be a nice season for us and everything. But hopefully,
But one thing I'm just gonna say is that midfield. I'm just
yeah, I
that,
think
that balance in that midfield is really.
I think the midfield will begin balance when Camavinga don't come back, when Jude don't come back.
And with the injuries that you guys have been picking up.
The injury is not when it's like last season. Last season, you know how many injuries you get last season? Last season, every year for hospital boys, all my players are doctors. They begin visit hospital to come back. But I just two players that want to come back, then I know that the midfield problem will be solved. It's Camavinga and Jude. If Camavinga comes back, he is able to dictate that game.
Yeah.
You know they lose ball like that. It's not like Chamani had a good game against Betis. I like it, but I want Camavinga to know. That's why I like as international break. They used to this player should relax. Because the last training, Camavinga was there, he just sit down for the crowd. So he just they do the run. Yeah, slow run, he the ref to the training. So I wanted to just get his fitness back then. When he come back, I know everything will begin day well. The Champions League is really starting this month, so I hope all of them come out. So let me just leave that on that. Man, not going to waste time on just Madrid.